Yo, what's up guys? In this video, sorry about the poor quality by the way, my phone is out of storage, so I'm going to be doing this on my webcam. Somebody asked me to make a video about advice that I would have given myself in my 20s. I thought that was an interesting topic because I did a lot of fucking cool shit in my 20s, so um, there's a lot of stuff that I'm really happy that I did, but also a lot of kind of regrets of things that I didn't do. So when I was in my 20s, I think one of the coolest things that I did is that when I was 22, I moved to Israel to join the army. And this is after never having been to the country, never fucking went there, didn't know anything about the fucking place. It was just like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta fucking quit college and fucking go have some adventures before I get stuck in some job with some fucking wife and kids or end up in jail or something. I was like, I gotta get out of here. So really quick, I'll just give you the background. I'm sure you guys have heard the story a million times, but met somebody who had an American who had moved to Israel and joined the army, and just kind of told me how he did it, and I ran with the idea, and then I went and did it basically. And that, I saw that country all over the place, got kind of more, became a citizen, traveled around, learned the history, became nice and indoctrinated and brainwashed as people will become in any military, not just the Israeli military. And I say that like tongue in cheek, but it was a very good experience. And then after that, what did I even do after that? Lived in Tel Aviv for a couple of years, which was fucking amazing. And then after that, I started going and traveling all over the world and fucking doing the job that I am doing on and off now, which is randomly working for Israelis in kiosks in shopping centers, which does not sound very glamorous, but does allow me to go anywhere in the world that there is a shopping center with, owned by an Israeli, and say like, hey bro, are you in Dubai? Okay, can I come work there? Yeah, okay, sweet. Like, give me a ticket, I'll come next week. So it's pretty fucking cool. I'm not too displeased with the choices that I have made. Now that said, I did not, shocking as it may be, that is not what I wanted to do as a kid, right? That's not what I wanted to do growing up. When I was growing up, my dream ever since I was, I don't know, maybe fucking 12, maybe 11, 12, I wanted to join the Marines. That was my dream. That was what I wanted to do. I was like, I kept it a secret because she probably won't watch this video, but like my mom's pretty intense person, and she did not want me to join the Marines. Fucking nice Jewish boy joining the Marines. Like, what's wrong with you? That's for that's for cannon fodder. Doing that. But I had this idea in my head. I was like, and it's stupid if I tell you even why, but I had this idea in my head that I wanted to be a Marine. I really liked their culture. I liked the tough guy attitude, and I felt like it would give me a lot of attributes that I did not have growing up. And in the Israeli army, a lot of the other Americans who joined as well, we all kind of had this desire that like the military would turn us into real men and we'd all, be fucking super hardcore killing machines, which is not the case. Spoiler alert for anybody who for some reason is thinking about joining the Israeli military as an American or as a foreigner. That is not what happens. Sorry. Maybe in the US military, you become a killing machine, but over there, it's not the case. Not saying it's all bad. But anyway, moving on. So I wanted to be a Marine, ended up not joining, and ended up doing lots of drugs instead, and going to college and selling drugs and fucking wasting a lot of time. And then eventually, like, got arrested a few times, realized I was fucking up my life, and met that guy who told me about his experience moving to Israel and joining the army, and then I ran with it because I kind of saw it as a way out. Okay, so that's what I did in my 20s. Now, what would I have done differently? What advice would I have given myself? And if I think about that now, the main thing, or one of the main things that I would have recommended to myself to do, number one, stop doing drugs. 100%. Just fucking stop. And weed is included. Don't smoke weed. Don't fucking pop pills. Fucking throw the Vicodin away. Don't take the Xanax, Ambien, like all that shit, just fucking stop, man. Stop smoking the weed. Just stop selling it. It's like, it's not worth it, bro. It's easy money now. It's fun. You get to pass your time. But like, one thing that you understand when you're a little bit older that you don't really understand in your early 20s or your teens or even when you're a kid is that tragically, guess what, everybody? You are going to die someday. And you realize this the older you get, that day is going to come. And the mistakes that you make when you're young will affect you when you're older, right? So physically speaking, all of the drugs that I did, I'm kind of worried that when I'm older, I'm going to have some issues because I did a lot of fucking drugs, right? Brain issues, fucking heart issues, lung issues from smoking, right? Like I don't even know how many fucking pills I took and how much weed I smoked, like a lot. I'm kind of worried for my health. And this is not something that you really think about when you're younger. You just don't think about it. It never occurs to you that you'll have long lasting damage. I don't really feel like I have any damage now. Maybe I'm a little bit dumber, but you get dumber with age anyway, I think. You don't really think about having long-term damage from drug use. It never really occurs to you. You just don't care. You just kind of really feel good from the drugs. So that's number one. Definitely stop doing the drugs because it kills your it kills your desire to be productive, right? All these people who say, "Oh, you can be productive and still do drugs at the same time." Yeah, you can, but will you? Probably not. You take two identical people. I say this all the time. One does drugs, one doesn't do drugs. Who's going to work more? Obviously, the one who is not doing the recreational drugs. Oh, well, what about this guy? He was a famous guy and he fucking drank all the time or he did drugs all the time. Yeah, fine. Exceptions that prove the rule, right? But generally speaking, like even now, right? Up until a couple months ago, I would occasionally, weed is legal in Vegas. I've never really lived in the States when weed has been legal. It's kind of a new thing for me. So I wanted to like get the whole dispensary experience. And the first couple months that I lived here, I would go buy, a joint at a dispensary. The shit would last me for like 2 weeks. Because I'd come home, I'd take a puff, and that would be it. I would be high as a fucking kite from that one little puff at the end of the day, and I'd fucking play some video games or watch some YouTube or just go to sleep. But the problem is that once you take that first puff, your day is done. That is it. You are not doing anything else. You are not doing anything productive once that's done. Because you're either too mentally overwhelmed and you don't want to fucking deal with anything that requires any sort of concentration, or you're tired, or you just want to fucking eat, or you just keep smoking, and it's a complete waste. So when I think about, in my 20s, if I could do it all over, if I could run through the game again, I would be way more productive and I wouldn't do all those fucking drugs. I would work on something that had more long-term benefits. Another piece of advice that I would have given myself in my 20s would be to continue to create more content. I used to be really big into writing. That was my thing. When I was when MySpace came out, I had a blog on MySpace, and I would come home. It was basically a journal or diary or whatever, but they had a blogging feature on there where you could write your fucking whatever you wanted and post it. And it was really, as far as I know, it was the first social network where you could have a blog and it's like Facebook with a blog, basically. Imagine you have Facebook or Instagram or whatever the fuck you guys use, and there's a blog there, and you can write posts and all of your fucking friends and family will read them. I pretended like nobody would read it, and I fucking went all out writing whatever the fuck I wanted. Girls I was dating, I knew some people. I knew there was a chance people would read it, so I didn't divulge everything. But it turned, after a few months, it turned into this, like, I got really into it, basically, right? It started out like, oh, today I went to the dentist and she pulled out my tooth and I fucking, my face is numb, and like, then it would like go on and on and on until I was writing dialogue like it was a fucking novel between me and some girl I was trying to date, and like this awkwardness or the awkward conversation, or like we made out or something else happened. And that was also, and anyway, the point is that it developed more and more and more until these blog entries, real or journal entries, were thousands and thousands of words. And I would write them every single fucking day, and they were really fucking good because a good writer, in my opinion. And I cut my teeth on writing keeping a diary on MySpace, strangely enough. So the advice that I would give myself, and I guess the issue with that is that I was always kind of scared that people would read what I wrote and they would judge me for it. I was just scared, right? Anybody who writes or anybody who does art or anybody, not everybody, right? But a lot of people who create some sort of art or content that's not business related, they're very insecure about other people reading it or looking at it or whatever. Any of you guys who are artists, or if you know some artists who are like, oh yeah, I'm a painter, but I don't let anybody see my paintings. It's like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, who cares about your fucking painting? That's how I was with writing, except that I kind of secretly wanted people to read it, and I would occasionally somehow like let people read it and see how fucking insane I was. But anyway, the point is that the advice that I would give myself would be to keep writing and not stop writing, because the way the internet is today, guess what? Wow, that was, I don't even want to fucking tell you how many years ago that was, but if I had kept it up this whole time, I'd be fucking famous right now. Just by the sheer fact that with Google the way it is today, if you have that much content online, people are going to fucking know who you are, because you're going to rank for fucking keywords. I don't care what you're writing about. You could write about what you fucking ate that day for breakfast. It doesn't fucking matter. So I would definitely continue to keep writing and tell myself to not be a little bitch and just fucking put that shit out there. Maybe write about something else. You don't have to write about intimate conversations that you had that day with some girl you're trying to fuck. Like, you don't have to write about that, but write about something, because you've got the gift, man. It's not a gift, fine. It comes from hard work, but like, you put the fucking work in. So continue to put the work in and share it with other people, because it might help them. And that's kind of how I feel about my writing today, except I don't know, I don't really think about sharing it with so many people, because I just don't think that people have the patience to read long form articles anymore. They just don't. It's rare, like, especially the new generation, they're not going to fucking read a fucking 5,000 word article on anything. It's fucking boomer shit. They're going to watch a video. They want the one sentence explanation. They want the tweet, you know, they want the TikTok or the YouTube video. At the most, they want the fucking 7-minute YouTube video highly edited with the jump cuts. Clearly not this video. Anyway, that's another thing I would have recommended to myself. So no drugs, keep writing. The next thing is that I would have told myself in my 20s to continue with the YouTube uploads, right? I think the first video that I uploaded I was like 26 or 27. If you guys, anybody who cares, right? I don't know if any of you guys actually give a shit, but if you go, oops, just kidding. If you go to my channel, right? And not a lot of people know that you can do this, but you can go over here, whoops, videos, and you can go sort by date added oldest, right? So my first video 10 years ago, I was, how old am I now? 37? I was 27 here. And I uploaded these fucking videos just for fucking no reason. I was like, interestingly enough, I thought to myself, okay, during this time, I was like, fuck, I hate doing everything. I hate working. I don't know what I want to do with my life. What's the only thing that I like doing? Well, I like working out. So I'll just film videos of myself working out. That's the epiphany that I had. I was like, oh, brilliant. So I made all these workout videos, all these workout videos. I made, let's see, how many did I do? This one, I used to be a Flair bartender, with the flips and shit. So I made some videos of me practicing. I actually got pretty good. I won't make you guys watch these. You can watch them if you want. So what was this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 workouts, right? 6 workouts. And I just quit. I was like, it's too much work. I don't want to do it. My computer was kind of a piece of shit back then. Couldn't really do the editing. And then a couple years later, well, this is from a vacation that I went on with my German ex-girlfriend. And then after that, I was like, I'm going to start blogging or vlogging, right? I think I was in my 30s at this point, but I did vlogs for 30 days and I eventually quit, right? So like, anyway, the point is that I would have told myself to, oh, you guys can't see this. My bad. Fuck, I'm retarded. I thought I was sharing my screen. Am I even filming this? Yeah, I am. All right. Anyway, I'll go to my channel, click on videos. I'll put a link, right? You guys can watch it, or you can see, how I've sorted these, what I'm talking about. Anyway, I would have told myself to keep making fucking videos. Just keep going. Just keep uploading. They're shit, fine. They're shit. Who cares? Just fucking keep uploading them. This is 10 years ago. If I had been uploading videos every week, not even every day, every week for fucking 10 years, my life would be completely different. Completely different. And this is the attitude that I actually had when I started, when was it? 2 years ago ish, beginning of 2019, when I moved back to Thailand. God, that was beginning of 2019. Fuck, 2020, man. Fucking 2020, what a shit year. Anyway, that was my attitude 2 years ago. I was like, I'm moving back to Thailand. I got fucking $6,000 in my bank account. I got a little bit of money coming in from various things. I am going to stay in Thailand. I'm going to stay in Asia where it is cheap. I'm going to stretch out the money that I have as long as possible. I'm going to fucking make videos every day. And I'm not coming back to America until I'm making full-time income from YouTube or something related, which was a stupid goal at the time, really. Or maybe my videos just sucked back then. Although the ones from the beginning of Thailand, that was actually pretty good. But anyway, the point is that if I had just kept up with it from back in these days when I was in Tel Aviv, fucking working out on the beach and doing my flair bartending, I would be way, way, way further along than I am right now, and my life would be completely different. Okay, and then the last thing I guess that I would tell myself that's kind of related to this is that I should start, and well, not really start, because I've intermittently tried to start dozens of times over the years. I would commit to building passive income online. And this is really, I don't want to say this is the main one because they're all very important. But if you are in your 20s, trust me, if you're in your 20s, you're after college. Oh, that's another thing. I would have fucking gone to college. I would have tried harder to get into a school with a traditional like college lifestyle, where you join a frat and you go to parties and you do all this fucking fun shit. Would have done that. But like, anyway, if you're in your 20s and you're after that and you're like in the real world and you don't know what the fuck to do, even if you're younger than that, like start right now on some fucking passive income on the internet. Just fucking start. Pick something. I don't care what it is. Sell fucking anything. Start a YouTube channel. Fucking blog. Like sell fucking, start some sort of business. Like write articles. Like I don't even fucking know, man. Just pick something and start doing something. Because once you get that passive income, eventually you can fucking, or online business, anything. Location independent business is what it is. It can be passive if you want. Really selling courses is kind of the best option. Like selling courses with upsells that eventually lead into what's called high ticket coaching, which is what I'm trying to transition into right now while I, on the side while I fucking work in the mall. But that is the end game for internet people, for people who want to make money on the internet. It seems to be course sales with eventual high ticket coaching clients. Teach them, and the three main niches, by the way, are get laid, get paid, and get in shape. So teach people to do one of those things. You don't have to pick one of those, but those are the three main ones. And the reason for that is pretty obvious, but like, I have had to change. I've had to, and I don't want to sound, I'm not like, on the cross or anything here, but I've had to make a lot of sacrifices because in order for me to make money, the only real method for me for making money right now that I'm confident in, and I know that I can go make, a decent amount of money every month, is a job that requires me to fucking pick a city based on how good the best mall in that city is. This is to give you an idea of like what my life is actually like. I don't do fitness for a living currently. I have to pick a city that has a good, healthy mall with lots of non-broke people who have expendable income, form some sort of relationship with the local Israeli fucking hair straightener kiosk owner in that mall, and negotiate some sort of deal with him where he will support me I guess, well, or provide an apartment and a car for me so that I can go to this mall and work on his kiosk and sell fucking hair products to the local women in that fucking city. That is how I currently need to structure my life, because that's really, what are my other options, really? Like, go move back in with my parents and fucking, no, definitely not. No offense, mom or dad, if you're watching this, like, I love you, you're amazing, but like, no, I'm not going to go that route, So my other option is currently that. Like, I'm at this point, I'm too old for the other options, right? I always kind of held join the US military in the back of my mind as like an emergency plan, but I'm 37. I can't do that shit anymore. I served in a foreign military. They're not going to take me. I could join the reserve Coast Guard or something. Like, get the fuck out of here. I'm not going to do that shit. So anyway, if I had started this fucking passive income shit earlier, and not just started, because I started it and fucking quit, and I would start some, I'd start a blog and I'd start uploading articles and fucking posts that I made, and nobody would read them. So I'd get discouraged after 2 weeks of like hitting it really hard and working on it like 6 hours a day. And I'd be like, all right, nobody's fucking reading this, I'm going to stop. If I can't even count how many times I've done that over the years. I got a blog right now I haven't updated in months. You know what I mean? So, to be fair, not to be fair, but basically, like, that is one of the most important things, right? You're in your early 20s, you don't have any sort of passive income. Like, trust me, start fucking working on it. Even if it doesn't happen for fucking 5 years, you're still going to be in your mid 20s, and then you're going to be fucking making money online. And with the resources that you have available to you now, YouTube, Google, all this fucking free information, you can cobble it together. You can piece it together, fork up some fucking money, pay some guy a couple grand to fucking coach you for 3 months so you can figure that shit out on your own, and he can hold your hand and walk you through it. That's super important, and I wish that I had done that in my 20s. I really do. But, I always thought that I was smart enough, I could figure it out on my own. And, I would just get distracted with whatever new fucking shiny object popped up, or some new location that I wanted to go try, or some fucking beach I wanted to go chill at or something, or, fucking go smoke a joint with some friends or something like that. So anyway, that's my advice for myself in my 20s, and what I would have told myself, right? Health, fitness, man, I got that fucking, I don't even need to think about that anymore. It's not even like a thing for me anymore. But the money thing, that's a big one. So anyway, that's my little spiel. Hope that was interesting to you guys. If you guys have any questions about any of that stuff, let me know. Leave me a comment. If you have any other recommendations for types of videos you want me to make, also let me know and leave me a comment. Peace.